the game, cause see the boxing voice.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Squared Circle with the Sports Swami, only on ThaBoxingvoice.com. And now join me on the line. This man here will be fighting. It's going to be the opening bout on the Showtime. That's right. It's with Leo Santa Cruz versus none other than Kiko Martinez. This man here will be in a 12-round action-packed fight with Oscar Rivas, only in the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. I give you the pride and joy once again, all the way from formerly of USC and now undefeated still. I give you it's Gerald Washington. Gerald, let's start off here with you got a big step-up fight. It's you versus Oscar Rivas. Break it down for us. What does he bring to the table, and how different is he from Amir Mansour, who has so far been the best guy you faced?
It's going to be pretty much the same thing. The only thing is he's an orthodox fighter. He's a big, strong guy, athletic. He's from Colombia. He trains in Cuba. He comes to bring it, man, and he comes with the big knockouts. He throws a lot of punches, and it's just he's a go-getter, and I'm looking forward to a fight like that. I learned a lot from my previous fight with Amir Mansour, and I'm going to take everything I learned from that fight and I'm going to use it in this fight. It should work wonderful.
How much does that, looking back, did that Amir Mansour fight help for this fight? Getting used to a guy who, as you said, he comes to bring it, he comes to throw big power shots, and he's coming to take your head off.
Yeah, that's fine. If you watch my last fight, Amir Mansour didn't touch me with any power shot. He couldn't land anything. It was just the way that I was trained was to avoid the contact, and he just happened to use that against me. But now, what I took from that fight was learn how to sit in the pocket and how to impose myself and my size on my opponent. So I'm grateful for that fight. But like I said, Amir Mansour was able to land any punch of significance throughout the entire fight, except for the low blow. And he's just chasing around the ring. But I'll have an answer for that too this time.
Flip side, Rivas is a little more experienced. So he's a guy who he's fought in the amateur system. He's competed in the Pan Am Games. He is actually a silver medalist in the Pan Am Games. How do you prepare for a guy who he's a little more refined? He's a little bit sneakier. He's not just a wild brawler. He also knows how to box. How big is it for you?
Have you seen his fights? Have you looked him up?
I have looked him up. I have seen his fights. He can get wild, but he can also box.
Did you see the boxing match that he fought with the cruiserweight, the little blowing heavyweight that he fought? That guy outboxed him. I believe he won the fight, but they gave it to Oscar Rivas. But he did it very simple. He just sticked and moved, and feinted him. He tied him up when he needed to, and he worked him, man, pretty good. They gave Oscar Rivas the fight. He was the favorite in that fight, and and I feel Amir Mansour had the same. He had the same. That's how it worked out for him in his favor with me when he got the draw.
So take us back to the Mansour fight, because I noticed one of the things with you was you started off very quick. You were the one who was the aggressive. You were throwing more shots. You seemed to get tired during the last half of a part of a fight. How much of that was a training, and how much of that was you?
Excuse me, I didn't get tired in the fight. It was just a matter of him rushing at me and me keeping my space. If I was tired, I would have slowed down. Amir Mansour would have been able to catch up to me on the ropes and beat me down and knock me out. But I wasn't tired. I was able to keep my distance, keep my defense going, and he couldn't land. And I kept him from landing any shots. No, did you notice any shot where I was ever hurt at any time?
I noticed that, and you did, as I said, that part you did a good job at. But the flip side, the output got less.
It was just a matter of me not imposing myself, because I was beating him up so good in the beginning, and then when I slowed up, people were giving him credit just for not getting beat up, and then they were giving him credit for rushing me around the ring, but he couldn't land any punches, and I was always landing punches. And to me, in my mind, if I'm landing more punches than you, and I'm causing more damage than you, then I'm winning the fight. I don't understand how I didn't get that decision, but I'm grateful for that experience, and because it made me grow as a fighter, and it taught me a lesson. So I'm gonna take that into my next fight. I'm gonna do well.
So what are you guys doing differently for this camp in terms of your preparation? Forget about the Rivas game plan and everything.
Like I said, I learned from that fight how to stand my ground and impose my will on my opponent. So now I won't be moving. I'll still move around and use my legs as needed, but I won't be circling way out
No, as I said, I agreed with the first part of your fight. I liked it. You did a lot of great job boxing around. As you said, you had a size advantage, and you have a size here. You're a 6'8", 235-pound, 240-pound, 5-pound guy. Rivas is a lot much smaller. So how do you prevent this happening again? You know, judges looking at the guy going, well, the smaller guy is chasing after him. He's throwing more shots.
He's not gonna chase after me anymore. I'm not gonna move around like that. I'm gonna keep him at the end of my jab. If he does try to go, I can move back a little bit, but I'm gonna step right back up in his face, and that's what it's gonna be, a continual bounce. You know, it's just a matter of me. It's all about what I do. He doesn't have any. As long as I play my game, he doesn't have any chance at all.
There's now 2 heavyweight titles part of the Al Heyman stable. One of them is held by Charles Martin, one is held by Deontay Wilder. A lot of people are saying that a win.
Man, I'm proud of him, man. Me and him, we're good friends. We came up together. I'm happy for the guy, man. I'm so excited for him, man. He started from the bottom, and now he's a world champion, man. I'm proud of him, man. I couldn't be happier.
There's talk about that winner of this fight could get Charles Martin. Is it so? How big is it for you to not only win but win impressively? To start banging the war drums for, the IBF title shot versus Prince Charles Martin.
Yeah, obviously, man, I want to be a world champion, and I know that there can only be one world champion at the end of the day. And I mean, even though we do have the world title spread around, but until I have to face those guys, I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean? I'm in a great position. I have great management, and I'm being advised by the best guy in the game. So, and I'm able to perform and fight on PBC Premier Boxing Champions, and I'm very excited for this opportunity right here. And when that time comes, and they said, people mention him and Dominic Brazil, and those are good friends of mine, man. I'm happy for those guys and their family. And then when I do get the call to fight those guys, okay, so be it. But until then, I'm on their side, and I'm.
Well, once again, it's going to be, as I said, it'll be a PBC on Showtime. Main event, of course, is Leo Santa Cruz versus none other than Kiko Martinez. It's you versus Oscar Rivas. So, what's the key to victory? What's the key to victory for you to not only win, but win impressively on February 27th in the Honda Center in Anaheim, California?
Just kick butt, man. Stick to my game plan, use my jab. Similar to how I started off the fight, but I just got to keep that going all the way throughout. And I won't. And when he starts trying to jump at me and chase at me and get desperate, just to shut those punches down and just take out the wounded duck. That's all.
Now, there you have it. Once again, I give you it.
Just another day in the office for me, sir.
Well, we're looking forward to this fight. Once again, I give you it's Gerald Washington. We come back. We got a whole lot more here only on the Squared Circle with the Sports Swami, only on ThaBoxingvoice.com.
No other sight in the game could see the boxing voice.